episode of Woodburn's Solving Your China Business Pain Points. My name is Christina Kohler-Colucci. I'm the head of business advisory at Woodburn Accountants and Advisors. And in today's episode, we're going to be looking at what's eating away at our profit margins in China. For SMEs, the profit margins are under pressure in China. If you're running a small, medium-sized business and seeing your profit margins erode all around, you're not alone. So where do we go from here? In today's episode, we're going to examine 4 areas that may be contributing to your profits eroding. And we're going to hopefully provide some solutions to help businesses develop better, innovative reflexes, drive change, and generate healthier profits. So the first reason is the price right? Pricing is something that many new and young businesses in China overlook. You may have done your research and benchmarking, made your decisions on pricing your products or services, and gone into the Chinese market. But it doesn't stop there. Even if your initial pricing at launch was based on sound assumptions and rationales, they may not hold true for very long. Not until you are amid actual business can you start to really test your assumptions. The fact is that good pricing is hard to do. It isn't something you just pluck out of the air, nor does it lend itself to extensive trial and error. Changing your price too much will put customers off or even confuse them. One approach is to establish a comprehensive database of intelligence by whatever means you can. Use resources available to find information on your competitors' pricing. Learn what everyone else is doing and build up a comprehensive picture of the real marketplace in which you operate in at this moment in time. It may be quite difficult to the one you researched before you started. Also, invest strategically in genuine market research. It will take time and resources, obviously, but it will be worth it to you in the long run. And it may help you really understand how pricing works in your sector and what you need to do to price optimally for your own business. The second one is, are you overspending? And this is very, very, very common for most startups as they are launching in the Chinese market. Now, as your business grows, you may feel it's too time-consuming to stay on top of every item spent by every department every day of the week. But to protect your margins, you must stay on top of this. For a start, budget in a detailed and disciplined action that you know you can monitor. Be realistic about what you can and can't monitor. But ideally, make your budgeting process as granular as possible so that you can have visibility over the key trends. Invest in a decent cost control system that's appropriate to the scale of your business. Hiring a financial controller with the right skill set and experience to monitor and control your spend is an option, together with whether it's a financial controller or even a financial analyst. Outsourcing your financials to an expert service provider can help you monitor and control the spending as well. Having solid information about where you're spending and why is really the first step towards keeping it under control, and from there, trimming back where necessary. I just want to highlight financial controllers and financial analysts are usually the necessary evil you need in order to control your organization. Again, take advice about the systems that are available to help your business. There are lots of them around. And with the advent of intelligent technology, they are much more affordable than they were a few years ago. And if there's one thing you can do to protect your margins that is within your control, it's this. Cost control may be unglamorous, it may be difficult, but it's the one essential day-to-day process which could make the difference to your survival as an SME. The third one is, are you finding economies of scale? Now, economies of scale don't just happen of their own accord as your business grows, and getting the information on where and how to invest to achieve such savings is actually tricky. It takes hard work, market intelligence, and analysis about your company, your competitors, and your customers. Often, you won't be able to achieve economies of scale without significant upfront investment, especially if you're in the manufacturing sector, where you may need to invest in factory buildings, machinery, to really achieve the lower unit costs that come with scale production. You do need to plan carefully, assess the different market scenarios that may arise for your business, and plan in detail for those risks. Lots of the things you can control as well as the things you can't, okay? Analyze the market. Can it absorb your increase in production at a price that will maintain your margins? What about timescales? Are you prepared to run at a small loss for a period while you build up market share from your increased production? Do you have reserves and funding to help you invest in this kind of business building, reducing short-term profits, or even running at a loss to benefit from a stronger revenue flow later? Assess the risks. Be disciplined in your thinking regarding the problem. And again, take advice from experts about what the market can absorb. Okay. The fourth one is outsourcing to agencies costing more? When starting and growing a company in China, many businesses are understandably cautious about taking on too many employees and doing things in-house, especially when they're not sure about the market, they're not sure how quickly they're going to grow and scale. So this means that a lot of the startups outsource to service providers, to agencies, to third parties for a variety of different aspects of their business. This is countered, however, in the Western world and culture, where the conclusion that outsourcing means control of your company culture is taken out of your hands in some shape or form. Now, does company culture really impact profit? In fact, research has shown that staff at every level of an organization believes company culture to be the cornerstone to a company's essence and growth. In China, it would be our opinion that this is the reverse. Foreign investors entering the Chinese market need to be educated and assisted in learning what the Chinese corporate culture should be in their own organization in China. The advantage of using a service provider initially in China is that they can aid in the education and understanding of creating this corporate culture. However, the downside to this is cost. There should be a trigger point where people make the decision that the cost of an employee will outweigh the cost of outsourcing. And this is going to help you reduce your profit margins. The whole point of a journey in China is that you pivot and change and you move things in-house. As an outsourcing provider myself, I do want my clients to graduate and hit a certain maturity level where they move from startup phase into scaling and growth phase, where they start building an in-house team. Now, the key conclusion for all of this is watch your margins. Feeling that your profit margin is under stress is a very uncomfortable place to be in, especially when an investment has been made to a new jurisdiction for a new market growth. And while there's no magic bullet solution, the 4 points mentioned here are a starting point for you to think and to watch your profit margins. They are also a starting point to analyze whether you can influence and shrink your profit margins. Now, if you are in this situation where you are having these difficulties, I'm providing you a link to our diary where you can set up a one-to-one call and we can see if we can be of assistance to you. If you enjoyed today's video, please do press that like button. Please share the video. Our goal and ambition is to help as many leaders to grow and scale in the Chinese market. And we know that everybody struggles in one shape or another. And if you want to learn more about what we do at Woodburn Accountants and Advisors, head on over to our website, woodburnglobal.com. You will see our full list of services together with additional resources, publications, ebooks, industry guidelines that you can take away free of charge. I want to wish everybody a great day. Take care and see you tomorrow. Bye.